Food has always been at the forefront of brewing. Going back thousands of years, humans were using honey and grapes to aid in the fermentation and flavoring of their beers. Not much has changed in some respects. Brewers still use a substantial amount of traditional culinary ingredients, but some have taken it a step further and found inspiration in cuisine. Today we're doing just that. You can make a great beer with just 4 ingredients: barley, hops, water, and yeast. But to make an extreme beer, those 4 ingredients put together the same old way isn't enough. This is Project Extreme Brewing. I'm headed to the Dogfish Inn in downtown Lewis, Delaware to pick up my longtime friend and former Dogfish co-worker Brian Selders of Post Brewing to brew our collaborative extreme beer, Bulky Oxen. We're headed to Rehoboth to meet up with our brewmaster Mark to get this beer started.
I woke up at 4:30, it was last Tuesday. I was off to brew a double of raison de tray.
For a little bit of background, Brian and I didn't just brew together, we also rap together in our beer geek hip-hop collective, The Pain Relievers.
You gotta keep pinching pennies, man. You gotta shop it around to pay as little as you can. You gotta keep pinching pennies, man, with no doubt, so you can pay the full amount when it counts.
Guess who's back?
You're back.
We both are. We're here in the Rehoboth Brew Pub. Our tour vehicle was my Element, and you vomited on the side of it.
On the Delaware Memorial Bridge.
That's rock and roll.
At 60 miles an hour.
That's rock and roll.
Get more rock and roll than that.
So we would do a series of beer dinners. In that era, you had to think of some crazy theme as a reason to get people to come out to think about pairing beer and food.
I mean, the notion of having a beer dinner at one point was an extreme notion, simply because beer was not thought of as something that goes well with food.
For us, every potential culinary ingredient's always been fair game for a potential beer ingredient. How do the worlds of food and beer intertwine in the world of Post?
We think about beer flavor and food flavor at the same time, using our own unique ingredients and skill sets.
Yeah, not more complementing each other than combining them. There are 2 recognized schools of thought when it comes to beer and food pairing: complementary or contrasting.
So we take a complementary approach to brewing and think about what's going to come out of the kitchen and what's going to come out of the brewery.
Meaning no one of those things is on center stage. They're all at the front of the stage together. What kind of song?
It's like New Edition.
Yeah,
it's a lot like New Edition.
I was going to say Boys to Men.
Boys to Men.
Okay.
Yeah, but Bobby B was in New Edition, so.
Okay, you're making some good points there.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. We're going to get wood, Matt. Pretend we need wood. With those schools of thought in mind, I decided to put Brian and Post's pairing philosophy to the test by grilling up some brats from Hickman's Market in Rehoboth Beach.
Oh, shit. Must have gone out of business.
So,
sure.
Which Post beers do you think will go well with these classic Polish/German style sausage?
So the obvious choice would be our Howdy beer.
Is it more of a Czech or German style Pilsner? I know it's a Pilsner.
It is the All-American Pilsner.
All-American
Yeah.
Pilsner? What's your secret?
Buying all-American ingredients and putting it into the beer. It's delicious.
Well, I'll be the judge of
It's
that.
soft, it's delicate.
Oh, that is nice. It's going to cut through the heat and the fat of this meat.
It will.
Beautifully.
Are you rapping? You're rapping right now?
I can't help myself.
We're rapping?
The Pilsner's so good.
First came
comes
jazz,
then came rock.
I'm sweet like sugar, you're
bitter like a hop.
Got it. See, you did it.
Now, take us from these beers, these beautiful Post beers that you have concocted, into the beer that you and I collaborated on, which is the Bulky Oxen.
There's one dish in particular at the Post that inspired the sensation and just flavor profile of Bulky Oxen. And so we have this tomato broth braised pork shoulder, finished off in a wood-fired oven to give it nice smoky flavors, and then topped with this sweet onion marmalade. We really wanted to capture that richness, that smoke, just the how unctuous.
Unctuous, I like that word.
Unctuous, that's a good word. That dish really is. We're going after smokiness. We're going after big, luscious flavors that just are satisfying and feel a little bit naughty.
In the best way.
Yeah.
Prost! I meant Post. The spirit of collaboration is rich with good karma for artists, for musicians, or even for brewers like us. Just as a quick example, without our love of collaborating on interesting and groundbreaking new ideas, our popular white ale Namaste wouldn't exist.
I've asked you some riveting questions.
Sure.
But now it is time for the part of our Project Extreme Brewing series that we like to call Liquid True Serum.
Are you drinking this as well?
Yeah.
With
So
a Sicilian.
cheers.
I don't talk with my mouth full.
Okay.
Chewing.
If you were stuck on a desert island for a year,
1 full year.
365 days, you had to live off of one beer that is not a Post beer and one condiment. And you could have one supermodel. You've checked in with your wife, Allie, and she understands you're stuck on this island for a year.
Picture this.
Yeah.
The year's 1997. I love drinking Saison DuPont.
Beautiful, classic.
Yeah, I love mayonnaise, so we're gonna have some mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is useful for a lot of things.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
it got a natural high SPF, I think.
Right, so I've got my year, I've got my condiment, I've got my beer. My favorite supermodel from 1997 is Slate's model Sam Calagione.
Oh, he nailed it, folks.
We are going to party with some mayo.
I'm coming to the island.
Gonna hang out on the island. Pour that shit like this, it's gonna be awesome.
At this point, our beer was well on its way to being left alone to sit for a while. So we decided we'd help Mark with the finishing touches. So it was great getting together with my good old pal Brian Selders and brewing this beautiful beer, Bulky Oxen. We pretty much invented the session barley wine style category. This thing comes over at just 7% alcohol. You can see it's got some really nice dark grains. And of course, the piece de resistance in the middle of Bulky Oxen is the really unique wood-fired onion marmalade that went into making this beer so wonderful and so different than what's out there. Brian and I are 99% confident the session barley wine style category will likely overtake and eclipse the IPA style as the best-selling beer style in America by the year 2020. We'll see if we can make that happen. So if you like the concept of a session barley wine made with onion marmalade smoked over wood, or you just want to learn more about other interesting ways into your journey to be an extreme brewer, check out our book, Project Extreme Brewing. Buy it wherever you find books, but also you can buy it at dogfish.com. Here's to you and your brewing journey. Cheers.